Welcome back to Simright Fashion Academy YouTube channel for another interesting tutorial. In this tutorial, I'll be teaching you how to sew this vintage shirt collar you are seeing right here. It's actually trending. I'll be sharing with you the tips and tricks to sewing this shirt collar in the fastest and easiest way. This is a complete shirt you are seeing right here. You can actually use this method to make your vintage shirts. You can use it to make bogus shirts. In fact, you can use this method for a lot of shirts, okay? And you rock it with your trouser or with your skirt. If this is what you want to learn in this class, I will encourage you to stay till the end of this tutorial to learn the tips and tricks to making this complete shirt dress. You need only 1 yard of fabric for this. So this is half yard and I placed it on fold. We are going to cut out the back piece first. So you are going to cut out half a yard from your 1 yard. You place it on fold the way I am placing it right now. Now you are going to create 1-inch border line on that folded half a yard. This is for the back piece. Then you place your tape on the starting line. You are going to mark your chest line. To get your chest line, you use your bust divide by 6 plus 1.5. Mine is 8 inches. Then you mark your waistline. Mine is 16 inches. Then the full length I'm working with here is 27. That is the full length of the shirt, including the hemming allowance. Here I am extending these lines. After extending the line, on the starting line, which is the shoulder line, you are going to mark your neck, your shoulder divide by 2. So my shoulder divide by 2 is 7.5 plus half an inch is 8 inches. I marked it on the starting line, then came down by 1 inch, mark a straight line for my armhole. My neck is 3 inches, the neck width. So I will connect a slanted line like this. Then the neck depth is 1 inch for the back. Remember, we are drafting the back and the back is on fold. So I connect my neck depth as shown. You get the midpoint of your armhole. Then on the chest line, you mark your bust divide by 4. Then add 2 inches to your bust divide by 4. I'm going to complete my armhole for the back as shown. Next, you come over to your waistline. Mark your waist divide by 4. Add 2 inches to it. That is quarter of your waist. Add 2 inches. So I'll keep adding 2 inches to this measurement. On the full length, you use your hip divide by 4. Add 2 inches to it. The 2 inches is for ease and for your stitching allowance for the shirt. So you have connected right now and the back shirt is ready. So this is the back piece and you are going to take the measurement of what you have on that neckline. Whatever measurement you get right there, mine I got 3.25. I'm going to write it down somewhere because we are going to use it too for the front collar, okay? Next, you are going to add half an inch seam allowance on the shoulder seam, then cut through the neckline depth as shown. We'll begin to cut on the chalk lines. Just cut on the chalk lines because we've added our seam allowances accordingly. So I'll cut as you can see right here. As it stands right now, the back piece is very much ready. The front piece, I'm using the other half a yard. So you fold the half a yard on the lengthwise. That is the length of your fabric. So when you place it on fold like this, you'll be having 30 inches on your length. Next, you pick up the 30 inches length on fold, then place it on another fold. So this fold is a fold of 4 inches. After placing it on fold of 4 inches, you are going to take the measurement of that neck width which we just measured. Place your tape at the beginning and mark 3.25. That 3.25, just make a broken line. There's no measurement to this broken line, okay? Now we are going to pick up the back piece as you can see right there. You bring it very, very close to the center front. But we are going to place it 1 inch away. As you can see right here, we will place it 1 inch away. That is the button allowance. So I'll just make sure I measure from the center front 1 inch and place the center back on top of it. Now we are going to trace out the shape of the back piece. So I'm also going to trace out that straight line, okay? So we'll be able to get the front armhole appropriately. So that straight line that connects the armhole to the chest line, you have to trace it out. Then get the midpoint of it. We are going to go in by 3/4 of an inch or 0.75 and connect in this manner. I'm going to complete the armhole for the front as shown. So here is the front piece, it has been traced. Then we are going to mark straight on the collar line. Next, you will mark 4 inches from that 3.25 line and mark a straight line. For the lapel or break-even line, you will come in by 2 inches from that line. So that is where we are going to open up for our lapel, and that will be the break-even point for this particular shirt. So I'll just go ahead and cut the shape of the shirt as shown. I'm going to take it all the way down this way. Alright, so the shirt is very much ready. Then you are going to cut in the 2 inches. Just make sure you cut at that 2 inches. We'll go over to the machine right now, show you how to sew it. But meanwhile, you are going to open it up this way. Make sure you arrange it appropriately before you stitch. So you can see how I placed it. I'm going to secure with my pins right now. I'll also secure with my pins on the other lapel side this way. So we'll go over to the machine. I'm going to stitch 1/4 of an inch. This is me sewing the collar right now. So I'm just stitching at 1/4 of an inch, as you can see. So once you get to that point, you raise your presser foot and you are going to also stitch 1/4 of an inch the other way. After stitching the collar, next we are going to put a cut to ease that part. So you just put a little cut on that V shape, so that part will be very free to turn. Next, we are going to turn it the way you see me turn right now. I will keep turning it the way you see me turn till I get to the front of it this way. Then we are going to give it a good press. After turning it, this is what you are going to have. So I'm going to use my hemming gum. Just use your hemming gum just to make that, stabilize that part. Or you can even hair stay that part to make it firm. Okay, you know this is a collar, so you can just hair stay it before you stitch. But I'm using my hemming gum and it's always give me a good result. After inserting the hemming gum, next is to place your steam iron on it. I'll just go ahead and place a fabric on it and iron nicely. This is what I got after I'm done. So you are going to place the collar backwards and measure 4 inches depending on where you want your break-even point to be. If you want it at 5 inches, no problem, but I decided to mark 4 inches for it, okay? So this is it, the break-even point at 4 inches. It can be 5, it can be 6, depending on where you want it to be. Now I'm going to iron my break-even line very nicely for both of them. This is it, and this is the front shirt. So you can see the front shirt is very much ready. So the next is to attach the back shirt and also attach the sleeves. So I'll first of all secure my button space. You can see how beautiful this actually looks. Like I said, it's very easy to make. You can use this method and make so many shirts for ready to wear. Now I'm going to bring in the back piece. We are going to place the back piece right now. It's going to be placed right side to right side of the shoulder seam line. So you place it right side to right side, go over to the machine. We are going to stitch in half an inch. I'm done stitching in the shoulder line this way. So if you look very well, you can see the collar has 2 pieces. So the one nearest to the neckline, that is the inner collar, that is what I'm going to stitch, while the upper collar you are going to tuck it in and top stitch. So I'll go over to the machine right now and stitch. On the machine, I want to show you how to sew in this collar. So you can see what I was explaining right there. The outer collar, you are going to pick it up and match it up with a neckline for the back this way. So you are going to start, drop your presser foot exactly at where that shoulder seam line thread stopped. I believe you understand. So you just stitch half an inch and also stop exactly at the other shoulder seam line. Okay. So after you are done sewing, we are going to use the outer collar piece. You will tuck it in this way. I've already tucked it in with my iron. So I'll just go ahead and spread the dress. We are going to do a little top stitching to it like this. So just tuck it in so it looks neat on the outside. So this is it, and the shirt is very much ready. You can see how it looks very neat, very neat. So just follow this method, you'll get it very right. The shirt is ready. The next we are going to do is to place them right side to right side. We'll go over to the machine and stitch half an inch on both sides. You can stitch 1 inch depending on how bogus you want your shirt to be. After stitching, this is what I got right here. Next, we want to sew the sleeve. For the sleeve, I use the remaining part of my fabric. You are going to place it on the first fold, and then we are going to place it on the second fold. So we are going to mark out the starting line. From that line, you will measure 4 inches. 4 inches is for the cap height and is standard. Okay, anybody can use 4 inches. On that 4 inches line, you mark your chest line. So whatever your chest line is, mark. Mine is 8 inches and I got the midpoint of the 8 inches. Mark a straight line and get the midpoint. Of course, you know how to cut a sleeve. So I'll come down by half an inch and connect the front sleeve this way. On the down part, this is a short sleeve. I'll mark my bicep divide by 2. So for me, I got 7 inches and I'm going to connect it as shown. I usually like to bring in my shirt this way, the armhole, and match it on that point to see if it matches. So here it matches. All I'm going to do now is to add 1 inch for my side seam allowance for the sleeve. Next, we are going to cut the sleeve. Here I am cutting out the sleeve and the sleeve is ready. You make a notch at the center grain line and cut out the front sleeve. The front sleeve is usually deeper than the outer sleeve. Then we are going to separate this. So if you want to make a long sleeve, that means you use more than 1 yard. Okay, so you can do 1.5 yard just as to get a long sleeve. Next, you go ahead and hem your sleeve, then you close the sides of your sleeve. So after I'm done with the sleeve, this is what I got. You can see the both sleeves. Next, I'm going to sew them, making sure the front piece of the sleeve where I notched matches accordingly. You open up your armhole this way. Then you are going to insert your sleeve this way, secure with your pin. Then we are going to stitch half an inch all around. So you secure at the sleeve grain line and at the armhole line. They are supposed to be matching accordingly. Then you stitch half an inch around. After stitching, this is what we got. So the next we are going to do is to create our buttonhole and sew our buttons. So you can see this shirt is very easy to make.